Hello all, hope you is goo. Welcome back to Switzerland in EU4, where we're taking on Austria, Bohemia and all their friends. Intrigues in Bern. How about we say preposterous, I think is the correct outcome there. And do I have enough sword mana to worry about tech? I think I will continue strengthening government then. Or strengthening government, I should say. Let's keep that Republican tradition nice and high. The higher I keep my Republican tradition, the more re-elections I can do. And you sure as hell know I want that. So Siena are pieced out from this war, and my last remaining belligerents extra are Württemberg. The plan will be to full annex Württemberg. Unsurprisingly. So Austria, 70% overextension. Württemberg, 28%. We'll take this. I need everything else to call, with the exception of the Württemberg stuff. Can I actually concentrate? Nah. We'll just call this up then. And expand the Confederacy. National unrest and autonomy change. Thank you. That'll help a little. We're looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We're going to crush the peasantry. Sure, whatever. I'm not fussed. Everybody else can crush the peasantry. I personally am going to ignore the peasantry. However, we have lost the 6 unrest in every province, so a lot of these should go away. There's only like a couple peasants anyway. It's like Dithmarschen. And then like there's 1 or 2 extra that are a peasant republic, but not many. England are now in my coalition. They went from staunch ally to hate my guts. They're high enough though that I can improve the relations to the point where I can kick them out of the coalition. So let's see about just improving relations with them. Ottomans have 1 more year of truce with France before I'm forced to fight them, so that France can't re-ally them. I could also ask them to reduce opinion, but it does take 10 favours. Meaning, I should really, instead of improving relations with England, I should be improving my favours from France. Make them reduce their opinion of the Ottomans. Yeah, they've still got a super high opinion of each other. So if I can make them reduce their opinion of each other, that'd be most grateful and appreciative. Or that would be most appreciated and I would be most grateful. Whatever boats you float. France are going to kick back against the Burgundians. I'm just going to look at everything except from the Burgundians. And really I just want to get Ferrara sieged down for no reason. Yeah, for no real reason, I just want to siege them down. Let's go into Lenish. Also note that I'm still earning above 25 ducats positive income a month. I think with all the corruption reduction bonuses we've got going on here, it warrants a few more corruption loans. So that, hold on, I've got great projects. What have we got going on? Ambrose Castle. Army drill game modifier and yearly prestige. Biblioteca Corviana doesn't really matter except from the final one. I could get behind the monthly Splendor from Santa Maria del Fiore, however, and then 2 manufactories. Excellent, just about 2 manufactories. I think that's a fair shake. I want to start doing a couple great projects here and there. I'm sure to make it worth it. Another thing I could do is, instead of holding out for Cheb, I could just take the Austrian provinces and the peace deal. Nah, I want to push to Cheb. Regardless of what France do with the Ottomans, I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope they don't ally each other again. I think that's a great plan. I'm of course going to do my best to make sure that their opinion is reduced, so that they don't re-ally them. Portugal's entered the coalition. Yeah. I am not surprised. Russia have also finished their religious war versus Denmark. And no less than expected, it was a religious war just for the Karelia lands. I mean, they've got the CB, may as well use the CB, it is a very good one after all. To be fair. Let's get ready onto the Austrian? Onto the Ottoman borders. And yeah, my income's shooting up nicely. We're at 100 a month. Good stuff. Everywhere we'll get workshops and counting houses, even stuff like Oldenburg that says it's giving me none. Don't worry, it's not really giving me none. Also, they actually completed that siege of Heidelberg. I'm actually impressed. It's worth very little in terms of war score, but I'm impressed they did it. I'll be honest. Also, the Ottomans border me by a couple extra provinces here. Thanks to me taking Hungary, so I can get that extra claim. It's a shame that all of the Austrian subjects are all still Protestant. Sorry, Catholic. I'd want one or two to turn Protestant so I could ask them to enforce religion, but it does not seem like that will be the case. As mentioned before, I don't think I'm going to be able to take any of the Burgundian land. If I do, France will be super annoyed. They'll probably break my alliance, which I can't afford to deal with yet. Just from a show of strength point of view. Right, we'll take Heidelberg. Let's see if I can't take out Verdun. I'm sure that Austria will be pretty close to wanting peace. 98. 119 plays 149. If I can snag just a little bit more. Let's try saving Paris. And getting them off Charter. Couple more months and they'll have their treaty, the peace with Ottomans over, so they'll be able to... Oh no! Isn't it 10 years for an alliance? Not just the peace timer, but also is it not like an extra 5 years on top of that? So I think I'm fine, actually. You know, thinking about it slightly harder. Yeah, I won't be able to unify my culture group during the Age of Reformation. I don't think, unfortunately. I mean, you could also just end the statement that I don't think and end up with the same result. Let's siege Verdun. Add a little bit more sway and war score towards me to guarantee that I can take the stuff. Bear in mind that I need to wait for these 4 cores anyway. I'll have 20 overextension left over. This is giving me 70, so I'll be at 90. It's pretty good. I was also in between episodes worrying about my golden era. Don't worry, I took it kind of just before the Age of Reformation hit. So I've got time. We're looking good. Russia's about to declare war on Uzbek. Kind of not what I want you to do, Russia. I kind of want you to be ready to fight the Ottomans, buddy. Alright, let's try and use a bit more forceful persuasion with Russia, shall we? You're in this war. I'm not asking you now, I'm telling you. You are in this war. Get to it. We'll group all of the units together. Once this is done with Verdun, I'll go knock that up with the others. And what's this about? South Germany or Romandy? Construction time and development cost, or construction cost and development modifier. Let's do the construction cost in the area. That'll be handy. And I'll forget all about it, I'm sure. So yeah, Russia are helping me with the Ottomans. Perfect. As you can tell, I won't be able to truly stop the Ottomans from keeping Constantinople because it itself is a coastal province. Let's send all this to Timishvar. I want to keep all my units together currently. I don't care about the attrition loss here. They've all got plenty of spare manpower. And again, if needs be, I can very quickly and very cheaply replace them. There's no real sense of recruitment time here or anything like that. Let's also actually spend some money on this slider. Just a little bit. I think I need to take Verdun here. It doesn't look like the Ottomans are going to engage my units. They've got enough, but they're not going to. What I might also do is I'll tell this army to stop being on rebel suppression. I know it's kind of overkill to take off my army that's been suppressing all this time to tell them to get involved with this war, but most places have revolted, with the exception of what I'm about to take and what I have just taken. Then let's start working on actually fighting and beating the Ottomans. Yeah, let's leave the Grand Company over here. They will join up with the other one, the Schwarzer Guard. And then I'll have 50k units going around stomping the Ottomans. I'm fine with that. Just need to be careful about pathing in such a case. The Austrians will piece me out. I've called up everything else. Let's take this. A little bit of money. Like, I took literally 11 ducats from that. Perfect. Fine with that. I'm fine with that. Then we'll just call. Excellent. Nice. And now all my attention truly is on this Ottoman war. Perfect. And France can't help out against me, so we're looking good. They are getting extra aggressive expansion with me though, and they'll probably start desiring more of my land, which may itself become an issue, but let's see. It may not end up becoming an issue just as easily. Right, let's start moving towards Vienna here, and I've actually won against Timishvar. Excellent stuff. Now let's go Hunyad. Don't worry, I know I lost the war goal. I'm not too fussed. They're probably going to try going into Timishvar now to de-siege the province. But what if I told you that I'm going to put everyone into Vienna and then go defend Timishvar before they siege it? Yeah, we're doing it. Austria want to ask me for unlawful territory for their provinces. Nope. Also, how does a war versus Ottomans actually, a battle versus the Ottomans actually look right now? We have slightly less discipline on the face of it, but not really. The morale, I beat them. Yeah. You know, not looking too bad here. I think we'll... They've not got a general there? Stack wipe. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, and base grids produce modifier from completing my agenda. Yes, please. And Republican tradition for getting a new one. Lovely. So now what? Zurich have a manufactory. Oh, that's such a shame. I could have also taken the corruption mission, but I think we're fine. Now they're moving away from Timishvar. I think I'll go to this province. So they're all moving out between the 13th and the 15th and the 19th. I'll grab some units in here. Some of them may pay the price. And that is a risk I'm willing to take. Once again, no general, by the way. Let's go take one in Brunchievo. Nope. Let's go to Belgrade then. Yeah, this is going to turn into a stomp fest. Lovely. I like what I see. Let's not also forget that the Russians are in this war. Just casually adding themselves as a distraction. Of course the land I take will be over here, not in the Pontic Steppe or anything, but so I don't need to worry about their occupations. But it's nice to just have them in, you know? Also, with the acquisition of more Austrian land, I am now the third greatest power. I won't be eclipsing Ottomans when I take their development, but I might be eclipsing Spain. Right, let's see here. Can I push into Belgrade for the support? I probably should have just moved the units off together to begin with, but no. The Smiths works are holding on just fine. Look at that, and they took far more losses than me. Oh, don't mess with the Mercs in the. This is the moral of the story. Don't mess with the Merc mass of Switzerland during the damn Age of Reformation, because we're just on it. They've lost not even 1,000 units to attrition, so I've taken on 55,000 units while losing 14,000 in battles myself. So yeah, this is not typically how a war versus the Ottomans in 1548 looks like, by the way. But this is just this is beat down. What did I make the war score again? Edger. A gear. We'll take it. Nice. Let's secure the war goal. They won't really be able to come back and take it without sieging up, re-sieging their provinces, because it's all going to be stopped by zonal control. Because there's not going to be adjacent friendly provinces for them to navigate past zonal control now, which is really nice for me. Not for them, but for me, it's pretty nice. Can I also make... Oh, I'll wait till it's all caught up, but I'll do some shenanigans involving some states soon, I'm sure. Austria have abandoned their lesser union partner Burgundy. Yeah. I kind of saw it coming. It's understandable. I'm going to start spying on them. I'm sure France will want the land, but again, I think I have a new plan with France, and it does not involve being their friend, by the way. Just a heads up. Let's go send you to Kurifold and Maros. Palatine Separatists in Heidelberg. I don't have any insta-mercs for that. Sorry, rebel controlling mercs for that. Let's maybe... Swiss Home Guard. 27k units. Costs 150 ducats. I kind of might want to hire the Swiss Home Guard. Let's see how it looks with my... Okay, we're losing 8 ducats a month. I'll bring down my corruption slider. And oh look, we're conveniently back to earning money. So let's put this on Rebel Patrol. They're called the Swiss Home Guard for a reason now. Because they're going to guard my territories. Everyone else can go on the offensive. That also frees up the Grand Company. Bear in mind that the Swiss Home Guard here are entirely mercenary. They're all mercenary based. Are entirely infantry based. Whereas the Grand Company actually has cannons. So I've got a bit more forthrightness when it comes to occupations, which is very nice. Send you to Turda. Yeah, my treasury's looking okay-ish. Oh my god. 40 units over force limit. Sorry, 40 ducats worth of units over force limit. That's insane. And we're still making a profit. Yeah, I'm 50 units over, which is 40 over force limit in terms of ducats. And we're still just about on the lip of money. It's pretty nice. Not gonna lie, having a 3/4 price theologian's kind of nice, but even if I didn't, I'd have a level 1 or a level 2 admin advisor. So I suppose the term you could say is swings and roundabouts, huh? Okay, let's send these guys to Yeni Pazar, or do I go straight to Constantinople? Let's go straight to Constantinople. Hehehe. Oh, hold on. If I'm going straight to Constantinople, shouldn't I be sending them the ones with the more cannons? We'll put you in Yeni Pazar. Maybe with a better entrance from zone of control. Like that. So I can get out that way if needs be. I think that sounds fair. And yes, it does kind of matter which way you go into a fort for zone of control purposes. That's how zone of control works. The Ottomans are trying to push back against the Russians with their allied help. I don't think they're going to get too far. They've also got Khorasan sitting somewhere out there. The AQ Ottoman alliance doesn't matter. Khorasan have got huge. Khorasan must have been one of the main people that took land from Timurids, clearly. Good for them. Very rare to see a big Khorasan. Normally it's the others that have their time in the spotlight. But now it's Khorasan's turn. So good for you. Let's also bang the fort here. Speed up the siege. But also bear in mind that the last couple of battles have gone really well because I was a tech ahead. They're now tech 12. Meaning we've got technological parity. So I may have to be a little careful about going in, for the results may vary. Excellent. More stuff being called. Of course, the Czech culture group isn't with me, so it's going to take longer to call the Bohemian provinces than it did the Austrian provinces. That will make sense. Right, let's see how we do here. They were going to start to help move, and then they realised that I sent in too many units. Yeah, no, we're still up and away, but ahead of them, so I have no problems or qualms. Excellent. Right, it's not quite stack wipes anymore, but it's still secured wins. Also bear in mind that while this is going on, I've got all my army sieging down Constantinople. I did put you on rebel suppression everywhere, right? Good. For a second there, the rebel suppression screen made me think I accidentally took Pisa. Luckily, it is not the case. I was about to panic that I didn't quite actually do things proper Switzerlake style, but no, I have no sailors. And we won't have any sailors throughout the campaign, so yeah, we're looking good. Growth of the printing industry. I should get spread in Bern because I'm a European dev capital. Yeah, European 20 dev capital. I could dev for the printing press. What province would I dev for the printing press though? I don't really know. I could just leave it, alternatively. I'm also fine with that option. So I can make some regimental camps. I might end up making some just so I can hire more merc companies out without being too far over force limit like I currently am. More professionalism, thank you. Good little random pulse event. We're now up to over 50%, which is very helpful. Meanwhile, Tech 13 will be production efficiency and trade efficiency. I was looking at both dip and mill, which is why I said it as such. Unless I accidentally said next admin tech, but I'm fairly certain I just said next tech. Ah, it doesn't matter. We're splitting hairs. What matters is how much land I can take from the Ottomans. That's really the goal here. But I think that's a goal we'll come to the conclusion of next episode. So I'm going to call things here for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again soon.